Hello, this is Mr. Kinyanola, and I'm going to show you how to graph lines from equations that look like this. A y equals a number, and an x equals a number, and a y equals a number, and an x equals a number. So your teacher probably taught you this, or you kind of figured it out, but then it's been a full day or maybe 2 days and you forgot. You're like, okay, I got it. Maybe my line is a vertical line. Maybe a line's a horizontal line. Maybe it's a diagonal that goes uphill. Maybe it's a diagonal that goes downhill. And you're taking a test and then you're like, I had it the other day, but I totally forgot. I don't want to guess whether it goes this way or this way. So I'm going to show you how to not guess. Okay, so this is a quick way to remember. If you want the mathematical way, then watch my video on linear equations or graphing linear equations. All right, so we're going to look over some words that we need to know. You may know this word right here, vertical. Vertical means ups and downsies. So vertical is a line that goes straight up and straight down. Okay, so remember, vertical, ups and downsies. All right, next word that you should know, horizontal. Okay, sideways, like a horizon. When you're having a romantic evening and you're watching the sunset go down at the beach, and here's the sun. It's a blue sun because that's the only marker I have. And here's the sun rays. Here's the sun. Okay, now here's a horizon line, and here's the beach right here. The horizon line is sideways. Look at that, my great artwork right there. Okay, so vertical, ups and downsies. Horizontal, horizon, sideways. Okay, all right, so now here are the two words that you should remember other than vertical and horizontal. First, super important mathematical word, VUX. I don't even think this is a real word. It's an acronym, okay? So each of these letters stands for a word. V, as you may have guessed it, is vertical. Vertical, okay? Vertical, ups and downsies. Okay, the U is for undefined. And this is talking about your slope. That means your slope is undefined. And then X means X equals a number, some kind of number. Okay, so X, not hashtag, okay, but X equals a number. X equals 5, X equals 4, X equals 3, but not X equals a letter, so or a variable X equals 2Y or something. Just your plain old number. So remember this, VUX. Say to yourself, VUX, vertical, undefined, X equals. The next word you're going to remember is HOY. Look at that. It's so crazy that I shook my phone. HOY is H, you may have guessed it, horizontal. Sideways, like the horizon. Okay? I don't want to draw another sun. You don't want me to draw another sun. So horizontal. O really isn't an O. It is for 0, okay, or the number 0. So that means your slope, M, equals 0, okay? So M stands for slope, not malope, but slope. So O is 0, slope. And Y is for equations that have Y equals a number. Okay, so remember, VUX, vertical, undefined, X equals. HOY, horizontal, 0 slope, Y equals. Say those to yourself a few times. VUX, HOY, HOY, VUX, horizontal, 0 slope, Y equals. VUX, vertical, undefined, slope, X equals a number. Okay, so once you get these two down, it's super easy to graph. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, so here's our equation. Let me zoom in so we can see it right here. Okay, so Y equals, I'm going to ask myself, is this a VUX or a HOY problem? Well, there's a Y, so it's a HOY problem. Oops, there you go. So it's a HOY problem. So M, our slope. So if your teacher is like me, or I'm your teacher, I'm going to ask you, what's the slope of y equals 2? Well, it already tells us right here, HOY, M equals 0. And then the y-intercept, we'll figure that out once we graph this. Okay, so zoom out just a little. All right, so HOY is horizontal, so sideways, and y equals 2. We're going to find where y on the y-axis is 2, and then we're going to draw a horizontal line. Like that. Easy peasy. What's our y-intercept? Well, our y-intercept is at 0, 2. Don't forget that 0. Okay, it doesn't ask for b, it asks for the y-intercept, the coordinates, so the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. All right, here's another one. Okay, so let's graph x equals -2. Is this a VUX or a HOY? There is an x, so it's a VUX. So it's a vertical. Our slope is, well, u is undefined. And then we'll check out our y-intercept in a second. Let's figure this out. So v is vertical, so it's ups and downsies. And we're going to find where x on the x-axis is at -2, right there. And it's vertical. Look, it checks out. Our slope is undefined. You can't go up and down at the same time. You're going to stretch yourself out, so undefined. And then the y-intercept, well, does this line cross the y-axis? Nope. So y-intercept is none. There's an x-intercept, but your teacher may not ask you that. The x-intercept is at 2, 0, but I'm asking you, what's the y-intercept? It doesn't cross the y-axis, so none. Okay, here's the next one. So hopefully it should be easy. Or a little quicker for you now. V, or x, VUX. M, our slope is undefined. So we got that. And so V is vertical. Again, ups and downsies at x equals -1. Oh, just not as far as the previous one, to the left. So vertical, y-intercept, none. Doesn't cross. Okay. And then next one, here's y equals 5. Is this a VUX or a HOY? So there's no x here, so just y equals a number. Is it a VUX or a HOY? Well, HOY. H is horizontal, so I'm going to go at y equals 5. So where are on the y-axis, where's 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. H is horizontal, which is sideways. Okay, so what's our slope? Well, it is not going uphill, so it's not positive. It's not going downhill, so it's not negative. In between up and down is 0. Just like HOY said, this O stands for 0. So our slope is 0. Our y-intercept, where does it cross the y-axis? Well, at 0, 5. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'll zoom in. Super zoom. Okay, there you go. All right. Now, your teacher, maybe me, maybe someone else, may give you these and say, all right, give me the equations for these graphs. Well, let's look at this one. So this one is sideways, so it's horizontal. So this is a HOY problem, HOY. So this right here is going to tell us, well, our equation is y equals, because it's horizontal, and where does it cross the y-axis? -5. And our slope is 0 because it's a HOY. And our y-intercept is at 0, -5. Oops, let's put that negative there. Make sure your teacher can see that -5 too. Don't just smudge it in there, make it super bold so he knows. Or she knows. All right, let's look at this next one. This also looks like it's horizontal, and it is horizontal. So this is also a HOY problem. So our equation is that y equals, crosses the y-axis at 3. M is at 0, HOY. And then the y-intercept is at 0, 3. Okay. Next one, see how fast this is? We don't have to do a t-table, but if you want to do a t-table, then you can to double check. But this was just a quick way to do these in seconds. All right, so this one is going vertically, so this is a VUX problem. So x, our equation is x equals, and it crosses the x-axis at 1. So x equals 1. Our slope is u is undefined. Don't say 0, don't say none. The slope is undefined. And the y-intercept, well, this one, it doesn't cross the y-axis, so it is none. Hopefully you could read my writing, because I'm going super quick, because we could do these super quick now because of VUX and HOY, these two words. All right, next one. This is also a vertical line. So this is a VUX, V for vertical. So our equation is x equals, and it crosses the x-axis at 2. Our slope, u, is undefined. Defined. Oh, fine. Don't forget that D. And then our y-intercept is none. I should have spaced this out a little further, because you could see this problem, and you probably, while I was writing this, you probably already did this in your head. This is vertical, so it's a VUX at x equals -5. Slope let me spell it correctly this time, the first time, undefined. And our y-intercept is none. Look at that, easy peasy, except for my writing, because I'm writing super fast, because I'm thinking super fast, because of these two words, VUX and HOY. Look at this, I'm thinking way faster than I could write. Now here's our next one. This is horizontal, so this is a HOY problem. So our equation is at y equals 1. It crosses the y-axis at 1. Our slope is at 0, because HOY is for 0, and our y-intercept is at, we do have a y-intercept. It crosses the y-axis right here, is at 0, 1. All right, so hopefully this helps your brain be more efficient when you're doing these, so you don't have to do that super laborious, however you like to say it, t-table where you put 0, 1, 2, and 3, and you try to fill this out and do that, and then plot all the points, and then you're like, okay, it's just a line. So 2 words, remember them. If I could find those words for you: VUX, vertical, undefined slope, x equals. HOY, horizontal, m is 0, her slope is 0, and y equals a number. All right, hopefully you won't get these problems wrong, and hopefully this makes things easier. If you want to see a mathematical version of why this works, watch my graphing linear equations video. Otherwise, thanks. Have a nice day.